Hi everybody, welcome back to Polar Ice Creamery. We're going to go down the chocolate series again. Now we've got lots of new cocoa powders to try. We're going to treat them all like we did very early in the chocolate series. We're going to get some milk warmed up, get some cocoa powder mixed into all of them, and then try them first. Okay, so in order, the Rodelle, which came from Costco, Hersheys Dark, the Ghirardelli, and Severnhills. If you've watched my channel before, you will know what this one is about, but all three of these are medium fat cocoa powders, so 10%-ish. There is apparently some variation from batch to batch for this one and this one, but this one is 16 to 17% fat, so a little bit higher. It's an unusual kind of place to put fat content for 16-17%. Normally it's 22 to 24 and 10 to 12, and then down to your ones or less. Having something in between is unusual, but as you can see, they're very different colors. I'm gonna snap a little picky here, and then you can see that this one, so the Severnhills, is much lighter in color. Actually, they kind of go down in color grade, don't they? That's light and then dark and everything in between. Hershey's dissolved much easier than the others, but let's try them. So Severnhills first. It's got a great flavour. Severnhills cocoa powder, organic cacao powder apparently, it's a very milky taste. This is the cocoa powder to use if you want to create an exact copy of Haagen-Dazs Belgian chocolate. This one. If that's your favourite ice cream, store-bought ice cream, order this from Amazon, pay the import, and be done with it. This is how you create it. Ghirardelli. It's a great taste. It's definitely darker in flavour, so it's a heavier cocoa powder. You can tell it's got a slightly higher fat content, but it's still got a milky kind of taste to it. It's somewhere in between, and that the fat content doesn't really dictate whether you've got a milk chocolate flavour or dark chocolate flavour. There's a lot of things that go into that. The amount of alkalization that's used in Dutch processed cocoa. I don't know if this one is Dutch process. Maybe not, but this one is, all the other ones are. Hershey's, it's actually in that form and not too bad. I'm just not a big fan of it in ice cream. Maybe it makes a good hot cocoa. And then Rodelle, which is brand new, never tried it. Darker, deeper. It's definitely got a more complex flavour like the Ghirardelli. They've got more complex flavours, those two, so that's these two here. Hershey's has got a very flat flavour. It's not got a very deep flavour profile, and neither does Severnhills, but with such a milky flavour, it doesn't surprise me. It's still an excellent taste. So those three are really good. This one, just not a fan of it. Sorry if you like Hersheys. If you like Hersheys, use it. You don't like any of these, just use whatever cocoa powder you like, But chocolate ice cream is about what you want. It's about the type of chocolate flavor that you're looking for. If you want to make that Haagen-Dazs Belgian chocolate, use this. There is no substitute. Use this one. Okay, that will get you the exact copy. But now that we've tried these, we're gonna make a base chocolate ice cream using this one, Rodelle. Okay, it's got a nice strong flavor, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy. I've got it in front of on the screen in front of me here. We're going to copy the Valrhona chocolate earlier in the chocolate series. We're going to modify that recipe because this is slightly different fat content, and we'll see what it's like. So let's do it. That's better. What do we need for this chocolate ice cream? So we need a pan. We're gonna move these out of the way. We're gonna copy with adjustments. Come on. Thank you. So we need 450 grams of milk, and we need our cream. How much cream do we need? We need 550. So this is modified compared to the last one because I made the last one with double cream in England. Oh, I love English double cream. Whoa. 550. English double cream is 50% fat content, okay? And that's not an exaggeration. It is 50% fat content. 450 grams this is of milk. Oh, should have got a bigger pan. Whoop. There we go, 453. Close enough. Grams of milk. There's our liquid elements. Now we need the dry ingredients. So let's just get all of these out. What do we need? We need 100 grams of sugar. Haven't got the sugar. 100 grams of sugar. We need 80 grams of Dextrose. Oh, I shouldn't have done the bag up so tight. Let's see if I can, there we go. $80 grams of Dextrose. We need 60 grams of skim milk powder. And 65 grams of cocoa powder. There we go, 65. Stay. 65 grams. Now, ordinarily I'd put these into the pot as it's going, but because we're running low on room, which you see me do a lot, we're going to put all of this and all of this into one pot, okay? And this is a nice way to get around. Did we use stabilizer? Yes, we did use our stabilizer. So here we go again. Where have I put it? Oh, it's over there. Stabilizer. Stabilizer in chocolate ice cream. It's actually really important. Chocolate ice cream is one of the hardest ice creams to make well, because it freezes very hard. You get 2 grams of stabilizer, same amount I used in the first video. Chocolate ice cream freezes very hard because the additional fat in the mixture. Little whisk, I think. The additional fat, and most people don't account for that in their recipes. So you kind of need to be a little bit careful. It's all of it in there. We're going to stir it all up together. So we've got a cocoa, sugar, milk powder, dextrose, stabilizer mix. Doesn't need to be perfect, but all of that has somehow got to go in this tiny little gap I've got at the top of the pan. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get this on the hob and get it all heated up. Okay, we're just going to add our mixture into our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. That's what they say on the professional channels, isn't it? Only just. And we're gonna gently get that stirred in, and we don't really need to, apart from stabilizers, we don't need to do anything other than dissolve the cocoa. You do like to, or you should bloom cocoa in dairy for a little bit. But as we need to bring this up to, 70, 80 degrees for the stabilizer, it's gonna happen anyway. So I'm gonna keep stirring this to make sure it doesn't go over the edge, and then we'll get it in a container in the fridge. Okie doke. So we've heated our base up to 80 degrees. That allowed the cocoa to bloom, all the ingredients to dissolve, for me to make a mess. I don't know how I'm gonna get this in here. Wish me luck. 1, 2, 3, slowly does it. There we go. We did it. And just gonna let this cool down in the fridge. It'll likely be, what time is it now? See, it's 5:10. I'm not gonna make this today. I'll come back to this tomorrow and we'll churn it up. I might even knock up some brownies so that we can do a combo. We can do a straight out of the tub chocolate ice cream comparison, and then with some brownie pieces in there for a chocolate fudge brownie. So I will see you tomorrow. We're on to the chocolate churning part now. If you're a t-shirt watcher, then you'll notice that I'm actually doing this at the same time as the last week's video, which was the Haagen-Dazs strawberry cheesecake. So it's an entire day of making ice cream today. This has been in the fridge overnight. This is the Rodelle cocoa powder. Ugh. It got me 7 feet tall to reach up there. This is it. This is the one we're using here. Look, it matches the bowl. Much like I said previously, this recipe is been done to mirror the Valrhona chocolate recipe that we did the other year, last year I think it was. That Valrhona chocolate was the best chocolate ice cream. Is it the best chocolate ice cream? I don't know, it's right up there. It's right up there with the best chocolate ice cream I've eaten. So we got to give this a shot. You'll notice there's high dextrose in this because chocolate goes quite hard when you freeze it, or chocolate ice cream goes quite hard when you freeze it. So by reducing the amount of sucrose, increasing the amount of dextrose, you can play with the freezing point and make it a little bit easier to scoop. Don't do all dextrose, it will just be liquid. So we're going to give this one little mix up. Nice viscosity straight out of the fridge. Nice strong smell too, it's got a good colour. It's a solid medium brown. Nice, happy with that. Yep, so we're good to go. Pre-chilled for 10 minutes. Let's get this in here, get it churning, and see where we end up. Time to dish up some chocolate ice cream. This is the Rodelle Costco cocoa powder. Put that right there. All cocoa powders are different. They are. It's irrelevant to a degree what the fat content is. You've got some with 0.1% fat, some with 1% fat. Then you've got some at the late single digits. The majority fall into the 10 to 12% fat range and 20 to 24% fat range, some are there. But then you've also got like the Ghirardelli, which is 16, 17%. So it is all over the place. And there's no reason why they all shouldn't taste good. They're all processed different. The majority that I use are Dutch process, which is treated with an alkaline solution. You don't have to use Dutch processed cocoa if you don't want to. Use whatever cocoa you like. Ghirardelli is excellent. Valrhona is obviously very, very good. You've got Urco, which is great. Kookaburra Brut, which is great. Ghirardelli, great. All of these that make really, really good ice creams. And even some of the cheapest ones. That one that I had imported over here from the UK, the Severnhills. It's an excellent, possibly the best so far I've found to make a milk chocolate ice cream with. It's the perfect flavour. It's not expensive. All cocoa powder is expensive in Canada, regardless of what type it is and where you buy it from. I don't know why it's expensive over here, but it is. In the UK, you could buy a kilo bag of really top quality cocoa for less than £10. £10 is what, 16 Canadian dollars at the moment. If you wanted to buy a kilo of the same cocoa powder in Canada, and it doesn't matter whereabouts in Canada you are, it's a little bit cheaper if you're in Ontario, but for the majority you're looking at 25, $30, which is crazy. None of these are from England, by the way. They all come from other parts of Europe, so I don't know why the cost is so high, but America, having Ghirardelli, excellent cocoa powder. That should be your go-to if you're struggling for a decent quality cocoa powder, not Hersheys. Anyway, I've yabbered on enough. Let's scoop. It looks excellent. Using the cocoa, you get that real whack of chocolate flavour, and it doesn't freeze quite so hard. It's melting in the bowl nicely. It's surprisingly warm here considering it's October. Let's see what this one tastes like. Oh, it's smooth. It's a really smooth chocolate ice cream. It's got a lovely It's got a really nice taste. It doesn't have the fudginess that Valrhona and Ghirardelli give you, and Valrhona gives you a fudgier chocolate ice cream than Ghirardelli does, but it does have a nice flavour. Considering this is a budget brand cocoa, can't moan about that at all. I didn't even know how much it cost. I bought so much crap at Costco, it was, I'll put the price up on the screen here. But you've got a well-rounded chocolate flavour. I probably would say maybe increase the stabiliser just a touch, or maybe just a little bit more milk powder you know, I'm super hard on the ice cream results anyway. My wife points this out to me all the time, that sometimes other people have no idea what I'm moaning about and it's perfect to them. But to me, I can pick out all the minor little flaws. It's the tiniest little touch. I'm not even going to call it ice because it's not. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the description below to what I think would make this perfect. It's so close, like 98% there. But a really nice chocolate ice cream, very well-rounded flavour, great mouthfeel, lasting flavour too, it's still lingering now. Cheap as well to buy, so nice one to try. It's probably, you know, right in the middle of cocoa powders so far. It's not amazing, but it's certainly not bad. If you want to try it, give it a bash. Thanks very much for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.